So I wanted to do a quick video of my generator shed setup, so maybe this will help somebody else out there, as I watched a lot of videos and got a lot of good ideas and pulled and put together what I wanted and needed. It's a 4x5 generator shed that I built, sided with LP Smart Side on a concrete pad that I poured. This is the exhaust fan, a big 20-inch fan from Amazon. I think it's 20-inch. I've got a link below. Puts out a ton of air, works really good even in the summer. I've also got a solar tender or charger, little 2.5 watt. Works great just to keep the batteries topped off. Been running this for over a year. I never have to charge the battery when the unit's off. Starts every time. Let's see, we'll walk around the side here. That's a cover, by the way. I put two little handles on and made a removable cover just so that when I'm not using it, I don't end up with bees or whatever trying to get inside the shed. Back side of it with a door. I'll go ahead and open the door. I have a WEN GN875 or 875i inverter generator. I've got it hooked up with a US carburation tri-fuel conversion kit, their motor snorkel kit. And right now I've actually got the natural gas line hooked up to it. I put quick disconnects on both sides. The hose comes with one quick disconnect, and I bought another one to put one on the other side. So it's real easy to take on and off when I'm running it on natural gas. This side here, I got this idea on somebody else on YouTube. Because it's so close to my house, as you can see, which is, by the way, not a carbon monoxide issue. It's at least 15 foot from any opening. But sound doesn't bend very well, so saw this idea. Use it on mine to make a little chute. You see little trap doors open down there for the intake. It's got little magnets that I can shut it when I'm not in use again to absorb sound. The entire shed is lined with Rockwool Safe and Sound, which works just wonderfully about absorbing sound. And I'm going to do a video here in a minute showing the sound levels before and after so you can see. I also ran my power wires, which I just recently did this. I ran a power wire back feeding to the house. Yes, I have an interlock on the main. Back feed to the house, and I buried it. So it comes up, that little brown right there. Service line comes out, 6.3 Romex going to number 8 THHN per NEC. That way I have the back feed for the house plug-in directly in the shed itself. I don't have to drag out a cord on the outside if it's weather's bad or anything. Gas line runs to a gas hose here, which is a 1-inch gas hose sized according to the BTU usage with a cutoff and again a quick disconnect. 3/4 inch hose. The inside. Here's what the inside of the generator shed looks like. As you can see, I went ahead and put the back feed plug, which I just did this not too long ago, the back feed plug inside of the generator, so I don't have to worry about running a cord out and plugging into a box on the side of the house, which is the way it was set up. So if the weather's bad, I don't have to worry about getting a cord in wet or anything like that. I also went ahead and put a GFI protected outlet out here too. So if instead of using the solar tender, which you see hooked up there, I can also use just a regular plug-in tender if I want to. The exhaust pipe, I just changed this. I had it set up a different way, and I think this way is going to work better. The other way was putting a little too much stress on the threads on the exhaust outlet, but I took a 2-inch pipe flange, a 2-inch piece of conduit, ground out the threads to where I could get the 2-inch piece of conduit inside the pipe flange, and then welded it together, just tack welded it, and then went back and used some high temp sealer to seal up the junction there between the conduit and the pipe adapter. And then I used some about 1/8 of an inch, 1/16 of an inch rubber gasket material to make an exhaust gasket, which is high temp material between where the exhaust outlet is and my piece there. And that goes into a 2-inch coupler, and that goes into the 2-inch flexible exhaust hose. Of course, I wrapped that all with fiberglass insulation, which helps with the heat actually quite a bit. Helps insulate and keep some of the heat from getting so much in the shed. A little more explanation on the exhaust. I was able to remove the muffler and the exhaust heat shield with just 4 bolts that held it on. Take that off, did undo a bunch of little bolts to take off the shroud itself, and then mount my flange and conduit piece to the shroud, and then bolted back onto the muffler. And then I used that, as I mentioned, that exhaust gasket, and as you can see, it goes right over where the exhaust hole is, so that it's pretty much sealing that exhaust hole. And that's what it looks like if you're looking into the flange and conduit piece, and what you'd see to show that it's exhausted and sealed that way. Now I will mention, once I start this up, I do currently have the generator in eco mode with no real load, so it is going to be quieter than it will be when it's on full load, but it's not a huge difference. Just to give you an idea of ambient sound levels, and then what the sound level will be is just when I'm talking and I'm right in front of it, holding it obviously, and just talking. So to give you a baseline to compare by. We'll go ahead and start her up. Pardon the mess, I'm working on putting in a paver patio and fire pit. This is maybe less than 20 feet or so. So as you can see, the shed with the Rockwool is doing a fantastic job of insulating the sound. Or I should say absorbing the sound. Something I would highly recommend doing if you can. Hope this was a help to somebody.